Hello, welcome to the MAC weather page for this Saturday, November 14th, and temperatures this morning in the low to mid 30s across the area, 28 at Newaygo, and we expect quite a bit less wind today and tomorrow. We have more in the way of sunshine. Currently, we see some clouds here in central Michigan. We're still getting a pretty good west wind, giving us some lake effect, but eventually, I think we'll see most areas become quite sunny today and tomorrow. But with that west wind, we're still going to be under the influence of that low that is well off to our east. But we expect temperatures in the mid 40s to near 50 today. But with the southwest wind developing, we expect temperatures tomorrow to climb well into the 50s to around 60 degrees. So Sunday is definitely going to be the nicer of the 2 days, and it should be very nice. If we can take a look at the low-level wind flow across the eastern U.S., you can see we're still under that influence of that trough that went through. But you can see tomorrow's winds will be coming out of the south, and that again will warm temperatures up pretty good. On the weather map this morning at 7 a.m., you can see high pressure system off to our south, that system well off to the northeast, but you can still see on this morning's map, we're still getting a west-northwest upper flow. And again, that's why we'll be a little colder today than we will be tomorrow. If we take a look at the weather map by 7 a.m. tomorrow, the high is well off to the southeast, now getting a return flow, and that'll bring the warmer air in as we see the system boundaries stay off to our north. So we'll enjoy temperatures up around 60 degrees, I think, for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with added moisture, and we'll have rain moving in possibly as early as Monday night into Tuesday. But I think the best chance of rain is going to be for later Wednesday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday, and I think that's when the bulk of the rainfall will occur. And I think the heaviest rains will be the farther west you go in the Great Lakes. If we take a look at the forecast map for this would be for the day on Monday morning, and you can see our storm system now getting its act together. It's going to eventually emerge with a piece of energy from the northwest. This storm will head towards the western areas of the Great Lakes and the Midwest. And as it does, it's going to intensify, but it's really going to intensify once it gets into Canada. And this one will be much farther west, northwest than the last system, so we don't expect nearly the wind event that we saw before. But what we will see is more of a pull of moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico. So this is going to be a much wetter system, I believe, for most areas, with everybody picking up, I think, at least around a half to 1 inch. And I think across the western sections of the MAC area, good chance of greater than 1 inch of rain. And we got to watch the models. If this is a little bit stronger, a little quicker, and it pulls that moisture a little farther north quicker, we could see amounts approaching 2 inches of rain. And we'll have a better idea on that, I think, as we get into Sunday afternoon. If you can see the WPCs forecasted from this storm, have some of the 1.5 to 1 3/4 inch rains making it into southwest lower Michigan, all of the lower peninsula, on what they're forecasting would be about between 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And I really can't argue with that one bit. If we take a look at some of the individual models, this is the GFS. You can see some of the heavier rains of up to 2 inches or more, making it into western lower Michigan, especially back down into Arkansas, Missouri, and southern Illinois. That's the bullseye right now on most of the models, where they could see 5 to 8 inches of rain. And if we take a look at the next model, this is the JMA, or the Japanese Meteorological Agency's forecast of precipitation from the storm. And you can see plenty of precipitation amounts between 2 to 4 inches of rain just off to our west. Much of the western part of lower Michigan into mid-Michigan be about 1 inch or more. And again, the heaviest bullseye of that heavy rain down across Arkansas into Missouri and southern Illinois. And then finally on the Canadian model, they have the heavier rain shifted a little bit farther east and would give much of the lower peninsula here from around Ludington or Muskegon up towards Alpena, 2 or more inches of rain. So we'll have to watch that. There's still going to be some disagreements, although all the models are in pretty good agreement as to the overall general idea of what's going to happen with this storm. And again, you can see the heaviest precipitation on the Canadian, also down here across Arkansas, Missouri, and southern Illinois. So it looks like pretty good agreement that we got a pretty wet system coming in here, especially for mid-Michigan as we get into later in the day on Tuesday through Wednesday. And then behind it, some colder air, maybe even some wet snowflakes as we get into Thursday night when the system pulls off to the northeast. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great day, a great rest of your weekend, and 73s to all.